Now, if you've used 11 Labs before, you'll know that it's possible to monetize voice creation or professional voice clones. Music is something relatively new, and what makes it very significant is that it comes at a point where we've just had a new model released. We can now use Model 2, and Model 2 is significantly improved. The second thing that has made this really significant is now the arrival of the marketplace. So this is very new, and it's for people who are very forward looking. Make the music on the platform and then sell it on the platform. And there are categories like corporate. We've got other categories as well that you would expect, like podcasts, education, chill, corporate fitness, social. So you can tailor the music that you create for a particular category. Let me show you how I use this and the kind of setup that I've got. So I've already created quite a lot of generations, and the generations can be from about 15 seconds all the way to about 4 or 5 minutes. And you can then, once you're ready, you can go ahead and publish them. And I can give you an idea of what the latest ones sound like. They sound like this. Now, because it's fairly new, you want to go and kind of research it a little bit, because it's going to be changing fairly quickly. And the whole point of this is to get used to how this particular marketplace works. It might turn into a huge marketplace like the other one, the voice cloning one. We don't know yet, but the sooner you get on board, the more you'll be able to learn before everyone else. To generate, we can actually start off by choosing which version. Now, version Model 2 is the better one. And version 1 allows you to do something called fine-tuning. So if I click on version 1, the fine-tuning option becomes available. And when that comes available, I can choose one of my own fine-tunes. And I can choose fine-tunes like the Stanley fine-tunes, or things like bass techno, relaxing ambient. And that's going to be using Model 1. I really like the ability to use my own fine tunes, but you cannot monetize your own fine tunes. We can choose whether we go for, let's choose instrumental. That's what I usually do. And we can decide whether we add the magic prompt on or off. Now, the cost is going to be dependent on the number of variants. So if I choose 2, the cost will now go up to 900 credits. We can, however, go down to, let's say, 15 seconds. Let's go down to 20 seconds. It's going to cost us 600. And we're choosing Model 2. You can go up to 4 variants at the same time. Then you can put in your description. Now, if you're not 100% certain of how to prompt, you can just switch this bad boy on and then just put in a fairly generic prompt, and it will fill in the rest of it. And you get something like this. Okay, so very quick, and some people prefer somewhat longer tracks, but I actually chose a couple that made them 30 seconds. You don't, it costs quite a lot given the amount that you're actually paying for your subscription. So my main cost, however, is time. So I like to create lots of tracks at the same time and make sure that I've got plenty of choices. Typically, what you're doing is actually making sure that you're getting the very highest quality to the customers, because they can create their own tracks. But if you develop an expertise in finding the really, really good stuff and making sure that you just publish the good stuff, click on the edit song, and you can edit the song. And editing the song theoretically should allow you to improve the song. Generally speaking, I found that this aspect of it is not something I want to spend a lot of time with. I find that editing it just doesn't produce the same responsiveness with the model. Now, publishing, we go to the menu and we just basically choose publish, and that gives us a menu for publishing. Make sure you give it a really good title. You can create a cover, and the labels, think carefully about which labels you're going to add. I would recommend publishing maybe 1 or 2 a day maximum, and just your very best ones. Don't publish everything, because that's just going to drown your account with a lot of mediocrity. That is not what customers want. Just check to make sure everything's looking good, and then hit the publish button. If it's a good track, what will happen is that you'll almost certainly start selling, within a few hours, and it's going to give you an indication of how much demand there is for that particular type of track. Now, my current approach is to create quite a lot, generate a lot, publish just a few, and to keep the few that I publish to be the very best ones. The aim of this is to try to maintain the highest quality possible so that people come back. Now, if we try to explain why I think this may turn out to be something quite big, it's because if I try to download any particular track, you'll see here that the track can be downloaded for relatively small sums for the use cases compared to other platforms. And also you can, I think, use them in a different way. So I think it's possible to actually go ahead and remix some of these, so you can buy and adapt them. That's something you can't do on quite a lot of sites, and that's something which is really useful. This could take off, and I think the idea is to get used to it and to understand how it works, and to see what people are actually purchasing and what sells on the platform.